Legend to the War here, and today we've got a sort of saving your disaster situation. It's a bit weird, but this would be a good opportunity to give people a bit more information on how to do a siege. So, playing as the Dark Elves, we are besieging, we're besieging Hexawadal. They've got two armies in there, plus Croak. So one's the garrison, and the other one's just a full-stack army, or nearly a full-stack army. And we've got two fairly low-tier armies with some good stuff in there as well. And the guy's basically said that he's tried to assault the settlement a bunch of times, even using cheese, and just simply couldn't get the win. Which I found weird, because looking at this, I really don't see any reason why you couldn't get the win. So I'm going to go ahead, and we'll see how we go. It obviously would be important for us to win this, because if you just send it back, but like, just do it yourself, they'll sally out over the end turn, and you'll be a field battle. You're going to get massacred by this army. It's actually a lot easier to do it as in a siege. Now, another thing is that we should, I believe, control large army. It's like the opposite of a field battle. With the sieges, you want as many of their forces to come in at one time, because they're not going to come out and overwhelm you. And that way, any magic or area of effect damage that you do can essentially be doubled. So we want a large scale battle here. You know, lightning strike isn't going to prevent their reinforcements either, if you're thinking of that, because the Lord Mazdamundi is sitting inside the settlement. Now, if we're at Hexawadal and it's a tier 5 settlement with walls, oh, they don't even have to build walls. That means it's going to be using their solar beam cannon things at us, which are really dangerous. Oh, jeez, really dangerous, especially considering they're coming from here. Okay, so the hardest part, I think, is going to be at the start. So, okay. Yeah, you stay out of there. And you're going to need to fly around. You need to stay out of there. Dragons can't dodge those shots very well. Stay over here, and we'll shoot into that. I didn't check to see if they've got Rite of Primeval Glory, so you know whether or not they can cast their thing. I guess we'll see. But yeah, you want to hug the wall over here as much as possible. It would have been great if the reinforcement point was over here. I guess this is the only argument against controlling a large battle in this situation here. But as long as Marathi is able to... Let's see. I'll have this one stay here as well, because it doesn't seem super important, and it's got a reasonably good chance of dodging. But we got to stop these three here from annihilating this army. These guys here are going to take a little while to damage the walls. Don't worry about gambling this. Okay, so we got to... The trick with this is to just move as... Oh, shit. Gotta be moving somewhat erratically. Somewhat. Making sure you're constantly changing directions. I guess the good thing about this, since it's not on legendary difficulty, I can just pause and get them to come over here. But on legendary difficulty, you can't do that. So, count yourself lucky if you're not playing legendary. Yeah, you get hit pretty damn hard. She doesn't seem very highly leveled up at all. Luckily they didn't put anyone up on the wall there. Another thing that you could do if you're not confident in dodging these shots is just put a useless infantry unit in the position here. It'll get annihilated, but you won't lose your hero. It doesn't matter if Marathis takes a lot of damage since she's a spellcaster. I mean, it's not great, but it's not going to be a lot easier to dodge once we've gotten rid of one of these towers. Okay, stop for a second. More reinforcements have come in. This is definitely the hardest part of the battle right here. I think, at least. But the guy said he just ran out of ammo. Okay, one tower's down. Ugh. Okay, Marathi's had enough. This one here's dodged all of them. Seems to be. It'll be a lot easier just to move one unit around. Also, the further back you go, the easier it is to dodge.
Without question, with rage, it shall be. Cold-blooded killers. Step by. At once. For the Druki, I march. Ceaseless.
Alright, we can speed this up now. I don't think they're going to hit us. Oh, it doesn't really speed up much anyway. I mean, there's 2 full stack armies on the field here.
Without question. Rage. Forward.
And yeah, we need to destroy these 3 towers here in this map.
Without question.
Oh, damn, they do so much damage to heroes.
Ceaseless. Rage.
The thing is, the heroes are the ones that can dodge it.
Step by. Now. At once.
It's almost done.
For the Druki. It shall be. Forward.
How much in the clear are we over here? Okay, we're just looking at this one. Okay, if you just stand there, we'll actually be out of range.
Without question. With rage. I march.
Yeah, probably what I should have done if I was, you know, do this over, is actually have stood a little bit further back. It would have been a lot easier to dodge. But like I said, it's not really going to matter that much. Okay, she can move out of the way now.
Excellent.
Because that one, it's just not going to shoot at us.
Bolt throwers, we are ready. We understand.
Alright. Okay, no, they're summoning that, that wizard thing.
Advancing.
It's alright, I don't know why they do that. Alright. So, now, we've got 2 full stack armies we've got to deal with. Let's come up with a plan. Firstly, organizing the units is pretty important.
Dark
You do seem to have a lot of dark shards, which is good. Like, the dread spears are really just there to hold enemy in place while the dark shards do all the damage.
bolt throwers.
And we've also got this, which we can... Just hang on, let's have a look at magic. What do we got? Alright, so Marathi has got a... That'll do some damage. That costs 4 winds of magic.
Sister of the Dark Convent.
I've often found Doombolt to be... a Blade Wind. That'll be alright. Okay. Can Blade Wind be cast on walls? No. I don't usually use much dark magic. Blade Wind over here might do well. I think it might actually be best to cast this on the wall there.
Bolt throwers. Slaughter them. At once.
And if you're wondering why am I using multi-shot instead of single shot, I've actually done some testing with this, and yeah, on average the multi-shot does do more damage than single shot. You wouldn't think it, you'd think it'd be the other way around, but nope, it does more damage. Which means you save ammo. So really, you'd only ever use standard round when you're actually trying to hit like a big target that's got the anti-large stuff. So I don't think we're going to need to create a breach. So bouncer power seems a little bit out of our favor at the moment. So now I'll just basically go step by step of the things you need to do to get that easy win in a siege situation here. All right, let's have a look at her magic. Yeah, no, we're not using beast. Get rid of this wizard. But she does. No, she got arcane conduit, so that'll be useful. All right, we're gonna utilize this one here. I'm gonna sneak over here. Now, if you get your wizards in like this location here, only really like gunmen are really going to be a problem. These javelin ones, not really going to be a big deal. You put them there and they're basically safe, and then you can cast anywhere where you need to. Alright, now with these, getting in a bit closer, and what I want to shoot is the pterodons. Yeah, when it does come down to taking out when it comes time to using the dark shards, we should prioritize taking out the big beasts first. He did say that in his game they moved their beasts out of the way, but I might have already done some things differently than he did, which will change what the AI does. See, I always do the siege the exact same way, but he might have done some steps differently. Great thing about dealing with lizardmen when assaulting their settlements, this is actually the best way to deal with a Rite of Primeval Glory army, because they'll just put all their Carnosaurs just standing around here and just use your Dark Shards or whatever missile units you've got, and kill them quite easily. They're so dangerous out in the field is because they're aggressive, but when the AI is being super defensive and they don't have many missile units, it's basically it's the cheese smorgasbord. Alright, now let's try Blade Wind and see how it goes. Do we want to overcast it? Which does offended. No, just single cast will do. It'll probably just move out of the way within 7 seconds anyway. Definitely not my favorite spell, that one. But you know, it'll do a bit of damage. Alright. Probably best we try to take out the Ripidactyls. They're probably going to be the biggest concern. Because, like, while Dark Shards can trade their missiles fairly well against these flying units, they do tend to waste a lot of shots as well. Whereas this one here, there's nothing else that's really going to hit. Everything else is going to be a difficult target for them to hit. This is an easy shot. So this is better against a single combatant, but put it on a single combatant that's surrounded by allied troops. Yeah, it being weak against armor is a bit of a problem here. Quite a few armored units. The other option is using Doombolt. Or just spamming Melkoth, Mystifying Miasma, which really isn't a bad spell at all. Especially on smaller unit scales, which this isn't. Ah, that was a mistake. Oh, we might still hit some of them. So primarily want to be hitting their best units with it. This is basically just another Doom Bolt. So yeah, you don't really have the best spells in your disposal here. Not for dealing with lizardmen anyway. Then again, lizardmen, unless they, you know, got a lot of skinks, they tend to be pretty resistant to missiles. Alright, done with them too. They can move back. Let's start moving the archers up. Moving into position. Now, I definitely wouldn't recommend having all of them come in at once, especially in a battle where you could go either way. Now, bounce power is in our favor at the moment, but if we just charge in here, we will definitely lose. So, we got to make the most out of these shots. So, took out those Ripidactyls. That's good. Ideally, you want to inflict the army loss penalty before you even begin the melee attack. It doesn't increase the amount of damage. Yeah, it did seem like this actually did a fair bit of damage to the Temple Guard, so maybe we'll just keep using that. See how that does. Keep track of how much damage it's doing and just gauge which is better, because that's only 4 winds of magic. It might be better to just use this over and over again. Like 1,000 damage, that was better than the blade wind, because that's twice as expensive. So yeah, if that's the case, just get her out of there. She's not being as efficient as Marathi there.
Onward!
Alright, let's take a group of 5 up to here. I usually don't like to put them on fire at will. Keep track of what their max range is. What's our range? 443? Yeah, and prioritize taking out some of their beasts. What did they do there? That's probably just some shit magic. Oh, it was Croak. Oh yeah, let's fucking kill Croak. What am I thinking? Definitely gonna take out Croak first. Do what the AI never does and prioritize killing literally the best unit that they can get. And you, what level are you? Well, there's no way we're gonna check. Come on, die. And he's out of there. Good, no more Croak. So he got 1 spell on us, he got 3 kills. Someone who, when controlled by the player, is able to get thousands. Good, that's 1 Stegodon down. Two down. Now we go for the Croxigors. So yeah, if they're not putting their beasts up front, I don't know, because that's what the email said. I mean, I haven't got any mods on this, so just deploy all your units on the side there. I don't know. I don't have a replay of what he did. But sometimes minute differences in what you do as the player can make a big difference in what the AI decides to do. From, you know, just simple things like positioning. Right, I'm gonna get another team over here to start taking out this other Stegodon here. So far so good. Bouncer powers looking decent. Still, if we were just to make an all-out attack, we would certainly lose. Alright, the dragon does also have breath attack, but I'm saving it for later because I've got a plan with that. So if you're wondering why I'm not using it, we will. So I'll tell you what the plan is. So basically, the dragon is best used as breath attack when these guys are up here. So since they're there right now, I might as well do this. Now the reason why is because it's all about the angles. So, because of the way the dragon breath goes, you can't change the altitude of the dragon, right? But you can adjust, in a way, the altitude of the enemy unit. And so, by doing it this way, the dragon breath is going to punch right through most of the unit, absolutely annihilating it. Now, if you had done it right from up above, that's good for dealing with single entity units, but not for dealing with infantry units.
No mercy. Dark shines.
Okay, artillery's all out of ammo.
Going. Battle ready. Glorious destruction.
Feel my fury.
Dark shines.
Well, this is actually quite okay.
End them.
Come on, you better hurry.
Daruki.
I was hoping they'd break before we got there, but that's alright. Okay, cool. Basically, the trick to a good siege is patience, I've always found. And I think that's part of the problem. A lot of people are very impatient these days. They want things to just get instant gratification. I just want to win right away. But you run the risk of actually losing. And that's why they're not willing to have these kind of sieges. But the thing is, from a historical point of view, sieges were fucking dull and long-winded and sometimes took years. And, you know, a Total War game's about to come out. That's about a 10-year-long siege of a city. Now, of course, sieging a city in this game for 10 years is ridiculous. But it just gives you a little bit of an idea that basically patience can really pay off. If you're willing to, you know, if it's worth doing. I mean, it's a good settlement, and you've got a lot of force here. Imagine if we YOLO'd in and took so much damage that we took the city, but then the next turn another army came over here, and it may not even need to be a good army, and defeated both of your forces. Because I have seen that happen to players a lot. Because they're like, oh, I'm going to win this battle, so I'm not going to conserve my forces. All that matters is the win. And you know what? They win. But then they lose the army the next turn. Email saying, oh, legend, I was doing really well, but then I took this city, and then they came and attacked me. And I look at their army state, and it's like shot to shit, because they obviously weren't careful in the previous battle. Also, you should probably get shades rather than dark shards. Shades are better. Not ideal to be doing it from this angle here, but it's better than nothing. Dragon's being a bit derpy. Just get it out of there. It's taken quite a lot of damage.
Cold-blooded killers. Bloody murder.
This is why I don't really like dragons that much. They're really slow. It's okay. It kind of did its worth. Kind of. I think this is the point where he probably struggled a bit. Trying to get this last bit of balance of power. Because shooting up at the walls at them there is not super efficient. Trying to get at these big beasts here. Because even if the bounce of power was here, we don't really have that much that's going to be good against, like, ancient stegodons. Like, sure, he's got spearmen, but they're more there to hold the line than anything. Alright, there's probably not going to be much we can do about these chameleon skinks, so just have to suck up their shots. At least you guys here have got shields. It's very important we get rid of these beasts. Okay, it's 3 down. 4 if you include Crook. That's another one. Yeah, it's not even doing that much damage, so we're good. Good, they brought the engine of the gods up. Let's get rid of that before it casts it. And it's dead. Very nice. Okay, so we're got another ancient stegodon over here, see if we can get that. Doesn't look like they're all shooting. Victory's in our grasp. Things are looking good. Okay, I think that's all the big beasts. Alright, take that out. There'll be nothing more than a nuisance. And if we want to bring the dragon back, it would be good if these were gone. This is why we had to take out all 3 of these towers. I've sieged Hexawaddle many a times, and sometimes I've destroyed just these 2 towers here, and then really wish I had destroyed this one because I needed to bring in missile units to hound here, because this is actually the easiest place to shoot into, not here. That's just the easiest place to hide. Alright, Mazdamundi, let's kill Fat Ass himself. Come on, Jabba the Hutt, time to die. Oh, get back. Get back. Yeah, that is definitely something you want to avoid. Probably won't be able to shoot them. It's too close to the wall. And that is Mazdamundi down. Alright, this one is taking a bit too much damage. Let's pull him out. Okay, they're done. Get them out. Alright, I think we can start to be a little bit more liberal with our shots now, because we're pretty close to inflicting the army loss penalty, I think. Another reason that Shades would be a better choice here is because of the longer range that they have. And also, they're better in melee. And there we go. Man, inflicted the army loss penalty when they still got this much. This is why it's important to be conservative with your stuff. Because the more damage you inflict on them, efficiently, the sooner the army loss penalty will be inflicted, the less damage you're going to take. The only thing that really took any damage was this and the dragon. We didn't really need to use the dragon, though. But, there we go. Oh, bullshit! Whatever, it always says close victory. But it's all about prioritizing the enemy's soft spots, but high-value targets. And yeah, those 2 there, they would have really hurt their balance of power by losing them so, you know, for nothing. So yeah, probably going to want to loot and occupy that, get some slaves, but also recover the losses done to the Dark Shard. If you have a look here, yeah, all of the infantry was recovered. The only one that retains any damage... wait, how did Marathia recover? She was nearly... Oh, she was regenerating the entire time. Huh, I didn't even notice. Only one that didn't get to recover is the Black Dragon. So that's all the damage that's done. But anyway, that's the end of that one there. Oh, we're playing on the Vortex, whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely not a disaster campaign. And I'll see you in the next one. Later, fuckers.